So babe, you want to go to the grocery store?
Sure.
Told Janelle we're gonna make beef short ribs for Valentine's Day dinner, so we're gonna run to the grocery store, grab some short ribs, some vegetables, and then yeah, we'll come back and do some cooking. And Lakota, you want some short ribs too?
No. I want to go to Joann Fabrics
What do you want to go there for?
to get dye to color these.
Color your leggings?
Yeah, because these look like skin color.
Okay. Well, we can go grab that.
Okay. Let's go.
What's this? Oh, it's our ticket. Apparently they're doing a drawing for a $50 rent credit at our apartment. So we got chocolates and our ticket. Hopefully this $50 rent credit could pay for our beef short rib meal.
I'm just excited for the chocolate.
Or everyone else. So we're doing a quick detour on the way to Cub Foods. Janelle wants to get some fabric dye for her skin-toned leggings. So we're gonna go into Joann Fabrics and see what we can find. Just got home from the grocery store, the wine store, Joann Fabrics. Gonna put groceries away. Janelle's gonna get her pants started, and then we'll do some cooking in a little bit. You wanna tell me what you're doing?
I'm getting the water ready to dye these pants. So I gotta boil water, which I'm doing with a little bit of Dawn dish soap.
Oh, so you have to add Dawn dish soap to this?
Yep. And then you gotta wait for the water to boil first, then add this, and then add the uncolored.
How long do you know how long you keep it in there for?
I gotta stir for 10 minutes right away, and then it's gonna be like a half hour because it's polyester.
So it stays in there for like a half hour, and then it should come out dyed?
Yes.
Ooh.
Red.
Exciting.
Red, sparkly. Time to add.
And once you put this dye in, how long does it have to sit in there for? Or do you just stir it up?
You just stir it up and then add the.
And then you put your pants in?
Nope.
So the goal is to turn these. They look more pink just like this, but when they're on her, they definitely look skin tonish. Bit of a wardrobe change from a dyed t-shirt that someone was wearing. Looks like these are done in the dryer. Let's take a quick look and see how they look. Wow. Bring those out here so I can see them. Awesome. Those definitely worked. You happy? Good. Alright, so beef short ribs. We're going to do a little bit of a flour dredge mixed with some fresh ground pepper and some pink Himalayan sea salt. I don't know why, it's fancy. Get a nice little dredge on them just so they help brown up, and then it's going to help create a little bit of a base too for the gravy for the sauce that we're going to do. So we're just going to lightly dredge on all sides. Alright, so now that we have the short ribs dredged, we're going to add those to the Dutch oven with some olive oil, sear those up on all sides, and then we're going to take them off. And then we're going to add the garlic, we're going to chop up some veggies, put those in there, and kind of mix everything together. Alright, so now we're going to heat up a little bit of this Tuscan herb infused olive oil. Janelle got this from, where'd you get this from?
Minnesota Olive Oil Company.
Alright, so let's get these bad boys seared up real nice. So we're going to start with the meat side down. Probably sear all the sides if I can.
What the hell?
Alright, so Janelle's going to give all the short ribs a little bit of a flip here. Alright, so now we're going to transfer the seared short ribs over to a bowl and then get to work on the garlic and vegetables. Alright, so now we're going to chop up some vegetables to saute after we sear the short ribs. So we'll just make quick work of this and keep her moving. All right, so now we're gonna add these to the pan with the garlic, and then we'll add some tomato paste. Garlic cloves here. And saute those up for a couple minutes.
Ready.
All right, so now that we got the garlic all sauteed, we're gonna add our veggies. Celery, carrots, onion. And we're gonna let this cook for, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. Add some, kind of sweat them down. Tomato paste. All right, so vegetables have been sauteing for about 6 or 7 minutes. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. Gonna help with thickening up the sauce a little bit, and it's just gonna add some good flavor. Nice sweet flavor. Maybe 4 tablespoons. And then we're gonna, and every good beef meal calls for a little bit of red wine, so Janelle's gonna open this Apothic Cab that we grabbed from the liquor store earlier. So we actually only need about a half a bottle for the recipe, so that leaves half a bottle for somebody else.
Let's see if it's good.
All right, so now we're gonna add our 2 cups of red wine that Janelle tested out earlier.
So good.
We're just gonna help deglaze the pan a little bit with that. So we're gonna add our 2 cups of beef stock. Give it a nice good flavor.
Wow, that looks good already. Adding some herbs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I learned this trick from. I didn't invent it by any means. Just some butcher string, compliments of my dad, Bob Gibson. Tie the herbs together. That way when it's time for everything to be done, you can easily fish out the herbs. I actually saw one guy had this string like super long, and he had it outside of the thing so he could easily pull it out. Yeah, it was kind of cool. So I'm just going to toss this in. So we got some fresh thyme and then some fresh rosemary. Janelle has been allergic to rosemary
Previously.
essential oils for her whole life, but we've found recently in the last few years we've been together that putting fresh rosemary in dishes like this doesn't affect her for the most part, so.
That we know of.
All right, so now we're gonna add the short ribs back in. Try and submerge them as much as you can. I think the recipe that I was following said that if you wanted to add more beef stock, water, wine, you can do that to help submerge all of them.
I can't wait for it to be done.
All right, so we're gonna let that simmer just a bit. I think I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more beef stock, let it simmer, and then we're gonna toss it in the oven for about 3.5, 4 hours until the short ribs are tender, fall off the bone. All right, so now that this is simmering, turn the flame off. Toss this in the oven. Like I said, between 3.5, 4 hours, just kind of depending on when the meat's tender. All right, so Janelle's gonna make mashed potatoes.
Does scrubbing grease feel like a workout? Scrubbing less with Ultra. Its superior grease cleaning formula.
Little salt for flavor.
All right, so the short ribs have been in the oven for about 3.5 hours. Take this bit out. Take a look. Oh yeah.
Yum.
Let's take a quick peek and see how tender it is. Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I'm gonna take these out, take the short ribs out, try and keep them intact if I can. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of a cornstarch slurry and thicken up the sauce, and then it'll be good to go on the potatoes Janell's making.
And when you don't have milk, you can use top the tater as a substitute. We like our garlic. A little bit of Everglade seasoning from Florida.
All right, so we're gonna use some of these awesome potatoes that Janell made. Do a short rib, and I'm not joking, these are literally, the bone slides right out. And then top it with a little bit of the vegetable gravy. There, beef short ribs. While we enjoy this amazing meal together, just want to thank you guys for watching our first YouTube video ever together. I promise it'll get a little bit better as we go along. The content, the editing, the video ratios. But again, appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a good night.